Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new flea market video. Yeah, so it's currently summer, June, so this happened in the beginning of June. I'm filming this portion here now 1 week later, and it was a flea market weekend, meaning I went to the flea market on Saturday for one flea market and on Sunday for one flea market. I could have gone also on Monday because Monday was a bank holiday here, so Pfingsten. But I decided to not go to the flea market again because I had already a lot of stuff, and also it would have been the same flea market that I was already attending on Saturday, and mostly there's not too much new stuff. So I decided to just chill on Monday, or rather, you know, fix all of these dolls up, etc. Because yeah, I found a lot of dolls, not just Barbie, some others, but definitely the Saturday was the more, you know, fruitful day of the flea market weekend. I found way more than on Sunday, but I still make it like a Saturday video and then a Sunday video. So this is the Saturday video, because I think I have also enough footage for Sunday left. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, extra ein Service. Ich guck mal durch, Dankeschön.
Gerne.
So from what I can see, there's nothing vintage in here. There's probably mostly, I think those could be breads. This looks like breads and mycene. And here we have this can again that I have like I don't know how often. And these are all more newer Barbies. Oh my god. But who knows? Let's see. And Anna, she looks nice. She has lashes. She's clearly a newer one, but this could be one of the earlier fashionistas. She has a really nice body, or maybe even Life in the Dream House or Style or something like that. She's interesting to me. I can see there's a dress of Odette, and there is Odette. Not that I'm super crazy about her, because I had her, but I also sold her. Also, I guess no wings, but the dress, it might even be a different version than mine. Might be the budget version, but I don't know, really not super cut hair, not super knowledgeable about those. This is a newer Stacy, I think. Elsa. There's another older Ken in here. I clearly don't have him because he has black hair. Oh, who is this? Is this even the Todd from the Tracy and Todd wedding set? I don't know if it really was a set from the early 80s. I think it could be. He's a good one. No, most of them are not my era. Oh, there's a more modern Skipper. She's cute. She has cute earrings. Is that even a Skipper? Maybe it is not, because she doesn't have a purple streak. She has two pink streaks. I'm not sure, but it's clearly Mattel, so what does the date say on the head mold? 2010 head mold. I was guessing it's a Skipper, but I technically like her because for my modern shelf, for my more modern Barbie shelf, I don't have any other than, you know, adult size Barbies. But it depends on, the wings. A little bit of digging in the buttons. Oh, what's that? 1980. This is also cute. And I found some more Oh my god, California Adventure. Oh my god, these are like old Disney buttons. Walt Disney's Railroad Story. Okay, this one I'm not super into. I know Walt Disney was a huge train geek. Partially why he built Disneyland. Not necessarily, but also. Here's another one. Look at these. 30 years Disneyland. Happiest place on earth. It's just begun. 25 years Disney World. 35 years Magic Kingdom. This is so cool. He just sent me back and said, have you seen the paper box? Apparently there's more Barbie fashions in there with the old stuff. What? Now I'm really interested in seeing that. How do you open this? Like seriously, how do you open this? Ah, there. Oh yeah. Not super old, but like 80s. Oh, nice. Oh, super nice condition. Fashion jeans Barbie. One shoe, also fashion jeans Barbie. The other one is also in here. Oh my god, so good. I don't know what this dress is. This might not be a Barbie dress. Oh, this is something from Twice as Nice. Not everything's Barbie, but this is clearly, what's it called? Be Active. This is from a wedding dress. I have it. I have a lot of the pieces also. This might be from the, if that really is the Todd. Yeah, full pieces. Ah yeah, another one of this. This is also Barbie. I just said it. Be Active. This isn't that from the Skipper, the Great Shape Skipper? This is from Ken. I'm not sure, do I have it? I might have it. This is the other piece to the Twice as Nice Barbie thing. This I don't think is Barbie. This could be. I don't know. Does it? Yeah, it has an old Barbie tag. That's why I'm not super familiar with it. Some, I mean, probably not Barbie, but some really nice. I have a couple of the things, but it would be worth picking up. So, update. I have not bought anything yet because the seller is gone, like searching for his own stuff right now, and his buddy, it's of course he's guarding, but he so the store or the shop there, the stall, but he doesn't know prices. So we just put it in the bag, nobody can see it, and when I'm back then I can probably make a deal.
Museum.
Kiemen, Monster High.
Viele Jahre dran vorbeigefahren, weil 2 Straßen weiter, also mit 2 Straßen weiter ist nämlich die Haltestelle Dresdner Straße, wo wir ausgestiegen sind, wo wir auf Arbeit gegangen sind. Ja, also Pflicht früher jetzt ins Kassenmuseum. Aber also immer wenn ich mal
Every piece 5 euro? Seriously, 5 euro for this?
Vater Augenblick mal ganz kurz. Ja, der sieht von Halle, also ich weiß nicht, was muss das noch. Aber man könnte wirklich mal wieder. Es lohnt sich, aber nicht mindestens vielleicht und Zelt. Ah, ne, im Museum. Es gibt nur
Looks like this might be for a big pony or something. There's holes.
Das war mal in Dresden eine Wunderschau von Picasso.
Cool.
Aber ich hatte ein Kombi-Ticket vom Grünen Wölber und Milchkabinett.
Some of this might be Barbie, but most of it is I think LOL and something like that.
Ja, schwierig.
Sure.
So diese Tuschelzeichnung, Stierkampf, das ging ja noch. Das konnte man noch erkennen, was es war.
Oh, these are cute.
Aber das, was er da so Flaschen Rotwein getrunken hat.
Really like these.
Bei manchen Bildern möchte ich. Das Bild war 3 Meter lang und 1,5 Meter
And here Monster High.
bestand aus riesigen orangenen Kreisen.
It's all G1. No, here's also a G3 Laguna. Yeah, I can't help it. I like the G3 way more than G1. Oh, is that G1? No, that must be G3. Laguna used to be blue. It must be G3, then this is probably also. No, this is G1. I'm just not a Monster High girl. I just really like the G3s. Quickly ask if this is really €5. Oh, I know people who like them. The snorkels. Die Schnorchels in German. Oh, Flit von Biene Maya. Flip. Not Flit, Flip. Kimba, the white lion. And a lot of Barber Papa in there. Small pickup, small first pickup, but I'm actually very happy with it. From these people I have picked up Barbie fashions in the past. They are the ones that often had these big like blue tubs of full with Barbie fashion, sometimes for like they said €1 per piece, then next time it was 50 cents per piece, then next time they had everything like priced out separately with €5 and blah blah blah, etc. So every time was different. I think the last time I was there he had this big tub and everything was just 10 cents or something every piece, but a couple of pieces apparently, and this was one of them. They said they find this is in a good condition and it's a little bit worth a little bit more. I don't know why it's worth more. It's also a 90s fashion piece, same as the others that were in the cheaper box, but they definitely were willing to haggle like with me, take the negotiation, and no, I didn't pay €5 for this, which it said every piece €5 there. No, I also picked up this one pair of shoes and I paid €2 for the two of them. So no, 250. But I'm happy with that because this is actually a piece I'm so missing forever since I've started collecting Barbies again. Because this is actually from my childhood Ken. I mean, probably not this exact one. I mean, who knows? But no. Yeah, my childhood Ken. I mean, I think I only had one real Ken, and the other boy doll that I had was a Fred, so Petra's boyfriend. And the Ken was the hot skating Ken, 1994-ish. Probably got him in 1995. That's exactly when I, started school and all. So that was exactly like the time when I played most with Barbies. And I really liked him because he is a Ken that is, articulated. He's on the 90s articulated Ken body. So he was able to ride horses. So I honestly probably didn't have him a lot in this outfit. And this outfit isn't there anymore. The Ken still is. I still have him. He's sitting way up there with my, the area where most of my childhood Barbies are, no matter if it's the real ones or the ones that I rebought. But I still have him. He's not in super good condition, but I can finally reunite him with his outfit. So very happy. And then these shoes, I didn't know what they were. I was pretty sure they are, not 90s or something like Barbies from 80s, 90s. I was even not sure if they're Barbie, but they're clearly not, Bratz. Oh, oops. Okay, now I just show you one. I have the other one. Sorry, I just dropped it. I can't reach it from here. So I'm pretty sure, I was pretty sure this is gonna fit Barbie. So, and yeah, I actually found out what it goes to. These are actually from the Strollin' Play Barbie and Chrissy set. So Barbie was wearing these shoes in the Barbie and Chrissy set that came with the stroller from 2001 and probably then in stores in 2002. They're so cute. I don't know, I mainly, not gravitate towards, 2000s dolls because that was the era when I stepped out of Barbie. I wasn't into Barbie at that point at all. And fashion-wise and doll-wise, I sometimes pick it up. Fashions are really cool still, but I don't really put them on my 90s Barbies or on my 80s, etc. But with shoes, I'm like head over heels. This is my favorite era of Barbie shoes of that time. I mean, they are so gorgeous. Let me just get the other one. I've like talked for 100 years, so proof I have to about these little pieces. Let's get back to the flea market. Oh wow! What is this? Made in China. It looks really like one of those Chinese dragons, but you could also probably use it for your, I don't know what, action figure. Not really to ride on, because interesting. Oh, here's a Dino-Rider. Like a soap bottle, I guess. Oh, here's another Dino-Rider. Ooh. Starts to get interesting. I have both of them already, but oh, cute. This is really cute. I like it. I mean, this is all clearly, I think I had this one as a child. This one. Yep, exactly this one. Ah, and this one. I think they came in a 2-pack. But I don't want them. Ouch. Oh, I have one of those. I don't know if I need another one, but this is cute. I lost my nail in this box. No. Ah, I see it. I see it. I see it. Wait. Yep, this happens pretty often at flea markets, that I'm digging in these boxes and I'm losing my nail. Oh, here's another one, an orange one. This. I mean, there were these random dinosaur skeletons that you could put together, but there were also some that had there were like brands. I don't know what it is. Some of them glow in the dark. Cute flocked dinosaur. Ooh, saber tooth. I like these colors. So many of these colorful ones. I'm not super interested in them, but my friend called me Candy Kittens, I think, has a colorful dinosaur collection. Or like weird dragon. I don't know, interesting. Technically, I was rather hoping for some Jurassic Park in here, but it doesn't seem like. Oh, even an old cassette tape. Die Dinos sind da. Meaning the dinos are here. What's this? There's so. Ooh, is that a monster in my pocket? I think this is a monster in my pocket. Power Ranger helmet. Oh, here's another. There's also a monster in my pocket. Are these all monster in my pocket? This could be. Yeah. Interesting, because they are less flexible. They feel different. And then these are all monster in my pocket? Yeah. Bluebird toys. This must be from a Mighty Max set. Dinosaurs. That was a good day for a lot of dinosaur stuff. I mean, you can find dinosaurs all the time. You know, dinosaur toys for whatever. But here were really things that I was like, I think all of that is interesting. I think the last thing I didn't even film, but I totally picked up all of these. Yep, they're all Monster in My Pocket. They're the dinosaur wave, so it's more also known as dinosaurs or dinosaur in my pocket. All of these, there's some Dino-Riders and some colorful little dinos. And then this is what I think I didn't film because I had already paid. And then the little boy, because I was negotiating with a little boy, it was his stuff, although it's clearly not from his era, probably got it from his parents or something. Or who knows where he got it, but he was the one who made the prices. He had really good prices. And then he was also, oh, and I also have some dinosaur card collecting books, etc. And he showed me those. And I was like, nah, not. But underneath those were the Jurassic Park comics. And these two are actually just, you know, I mean, they're all from the Jurassic Park 2, so from 1997, so Vergessene Welt, Lost World, which is technically my favorite Jurassic Park movie. I know the first one is better, but I have more, I remember watching this one more because this one we had on VHS, the first one we didn't for a long time. These are actually just, you know, try Leseproben, so just a short version where you got this for free, and then you could, you know, try to read into the comic and see if you like it, and if you like it, then you would probably buy the whole thing. There's also some, you know, advertisement and all of that for other Jurassic Park books, but you know, here just the first few pages you can even see this is how the movie starts with the little girl and the compies at the beach. And then this is the full one, not exactly because there's 2 volumes, this is the first one, but this is the comic, and it's really like the movie. There are even scenes in that were cut out of the movie, like they're in the very beginning when I don't know, there is a fighting scene with one of the bad guys when you get to know them. I don't know, I don't find it now, but I know that there are a couple of cut scenes in here which are not in the movie, not in the actual cut, but still like they were cut out of. Here's something here. I know that this was in like for a very long time, but in the final cut of the movie they still cut it out. But the comic apparently was already in production, so it's in here. And it's so cool. I love comics. I didn't even know that. I mean, the movies directly got adaptations, comic adaptations. I mean, this is from 1997, it's from back in the day. I know that there are some a little weirder, like their own stories about Jurassic Park and etc. I've also never seen those. I've also never really looked online for them. I don't need them or anything, but it's cool. It's in German, so Vergessene Welt. Oh yeah, and there was also one, I think this was in the big, you know, in the big box. One sticker also from the Lost Worlds, one of my favorite scenes where they're chasing the dinosaurs. Okay, so this was technically the last thing that I picked up from this guy, from this little boy. And then, as I said, all of these. And I paid first for, you know, the Monster in My Pocket, the little colorful dinosaurs, and the 2 Dino-Riders. Oh yeah, and I was right, the Mighty Max thing. I paid 10 euro, which, I mean, technically he started with, you know, all of them are like 50 cents each, but then he was like, oh, these dinosaurs are like together, like this was together 5 euro, and then he was like, and then I counted them, and I don't know, and I asked them, is 10 euro okay? And he said, yeah, that's totally fine. So he was happy that he got 10 euro, of course, and I got so many Monster in My Pocket. But then afterwards I paid another 5 euro for these comics, which that's worth it for me. And the little boy has a little bit of pocket money and can buy some things that he probably thinks is cooler than 30-year-old dinosaur toys. But yeah, let's start maybe with the you know, Dino-Riders, which I think was the first thing that I saw that I was interested in. Unfortunately, I have both of them. So Dino-Riders is, let's get here a little closer. Dino-Riders is a toy line from Tyco. Can you please focus? From the 80s, so they are both from 1988. Of course, these are naked, you could say, because they actually came with lots of pieces that you would put on armor and artillery and some whatever bombs, and then you could put the little figures. They came with figures of humans or aliens, that were riding the dinosaurs and then fighting against each other. So we also have here two from the different fractions. So this is the Deinonychus, looks like a raptor, but this is a raptor is technically, so a velociraptor is technically a Deinonychus, because actual velociraptors would have been way smaller. So now this is a Deinonychus, and it's from the Dino-Riders, so the good guys, and this is the Pteranodon, and he would come with a Rulon, so with the aliens that are the bad guys, and then they would have all of these bombs and cannons and artillery and saddles and all of that, and they could fight each other. I have a couple of Dino-Riders. Whenever I see them, they're good prices. I really like to pick them up. They're a cool toy line, but I've never found any armor pieces, because when you buy it with the armor, then it's very expensive, and I don't want to pay that much because it's not a toy line that I need to have like all of these pieces. The cool thing is that this Deinonychus is in a little bit better condition than mine, because mine has a little bit of a broken tail, and this is in exactly the same condition. Maybe I can check if mine has a little bit more paint rub or something, but I can totally, you know, bring this with me when I'm selling at Toyplosion, which I don't know when you're watching this video, but right now it's still a couple of months until then, but you're probably watching this in winter, I guess, so it has already happened. So these two, and yeah, this piece here, I was correct. I mean, it said Bluebird Toys, and I was pretty sure I am correct. This is a piece of a Mighty Max, you know, of the big Mighty Max castle, the Skull Mountain, which I do have, and I looked inside mine, and it is also, I mean, mine is almost empty, but this is the piece that I have already. So it's like, okay, couldn't it have been another piece that I'm missing? But now this is, you know, there is, Mighty Max is the boy version of Polly Pocket. They are little compacts, tiny compacts, or pretty big, you know, mountains, etc., that you can open up and then play with the little figures in there that are like Polly Pockets, but they are more geared towards boys, so it's more gruesome and, you know, with blood and, you know, skulls and all of that. And this is like the big Skull Mountain, big red mountain that looks like a skull a little bit from the outside, and on the inside are a couple of pieces. This is one of them. So it's from the 90s. I almost forgot which, 92. So, but yeah, it's the piece I have. So many of these like monster in my pockets, and these are, except for one, except for this one, they're all from the dinosaur wave, and the dinosaur wave was in specific countries also directly marketed as dinosaur in my pocket. These little collectible figures, I've had them here and there on my channel already. I'm not super collecting them, but I definitely will keep a couple of cool ones and then also bring the rest to Toyplosion, or ask if Cotton Candy Kittens want some or whatever, because they are of course also more in the boy toy realm. But look at these colors, they're so cool. Yeah, actually they are like the company that kind of invented them is called Morrison Entertainment Group. So always when you find this MEG on them, very small, and then a number, random numbers, because they are numbered. So here it says, can't read it, number 80, for example, on the side, and then here made in China, and then MEG, and then you can be probably pretty sure it's Monster in My Pocket. And this Morrison Entertainment Group is probably not a company that you are like is known for any other toys than this, but they were actually two you know, high-ranking executives at Mattel, two guys that like left Mattel and like founded their own company, and this is what they brought out. It's a whole thing. There's not just these figures. I think there's also, I don't even remember. It was a full-fledged like media thing. I think there was also definitely also like a computer game and other merchandise for these. But they didn't really start out with dinosaurs, but more with, you know, generic monsters. But they're always these small figures, colorful, mostly a little more rubbery, like this guy here. See? This is one of the other waves. It's more like a gargoyle, and this one is definitely more rubbery, while the dinosaur wave, or this is not a dinosaur, this is a saber tooth, but is rubbery, but it's a little more firm, a little more hard plastic. So they are from 1990. Also, well, the first waves were from 1990. I think the Morrison Entertainment Group was not really the company that released them, but I'm not exactly sure because I've also read that Matchbox distributed them directly, but yeah, whatever. There's so many different series, and in every series there's so and so many monsters. I think 11 series, over 200 monsters, etc. And I mean, yeah, they're collectible. You got them in small packs, 3 packs or 5 packs or whatever. And then you could, of course, play with them or trade them or collect all of them or whatever. These series, both of them, so this one here, and so this is from the series 2, I think. It's from 1992. And the dinosaur series is also from 1992, but it's called series 6. And I have heard that these dinosaur series were mostly sold in European countries. They might have also been slightly released in the US, but they're very common to find in Europe. And yeah, I have a couple of different ones, and not all have unique molds because every series had like a handful of different colors. So a dinosaur series had, you know, this magenta, a dark green, the neon orange, this yellow, and then I think one that was a little more like with yellow but with red or something. I don't know. But I think these are the 5 different colors, and every mold you can get also in all of these colors. That's why I have so many of these saber-toothed tigers. I think I have 3 of them. Okay, now I apparently I just have 2, or maybe 1 is still in my bag. It doesn't matter, but here you can see it's the same mold, but in 2 different colors. So yeah, we have the saber-tooth tigers. We definitely have, this is also one that I have twice. So Styracosaurus or something, I think so. This is the only one that I've already had. This was one that I found previously. This is the Spinosaurus. They don't really look accurate to, you know, what the dinosaurs look like, but whatever, they're a little more monster-like. Also look a little more like the dinosaurs were envisioned or in earlier days, because this is an Ankylosaurus, but Ankylosaurus clearly weren't walking on 2 legs, on their behind legs. This is a double, a complete double. It's the same color also. So definitely I will probably keep one of them, and one I can sell at Toyplosion or whatever. I won't sell them for high prices. I will sell them for very cheap. Also this. Note that these are a little different. See? Or maybe it's just a variant, but blue, and here it is green. This is, I think, the Kentrosaurus. Oh, we have also the woolly mammoth. That's also a cool one. Of course, not a dinosaur, but a prehistoric creature. This I will clearly keep because the Parasaurolophus is my favorite dinosaur of all time. Because I loved Parasaurolophus as a child. I had a toy of a Parasaurolophus, which I called Rosie, and I still have it. It's one of my favorite, you know, childhood toys. So I will definitely, I always like these. Here we have 2 different ones. I think this is Ceratosaurus, and we have, oh yeah, one of those, Edmontosaurus or something. This is the baby Protoceratops, comes out of an egg, and we have the Pteranodon again. Ooh. So, and you saw it, this other beast, which is the only one that is not a dinosaur and from the other wave. And then I picked up 3 more little dinosaurs, which have nothing to do with this, but they're still in, you know, they're colorful. This is the one that intrigued me the most. I think it's the cutest, and I've never seen this one. And I also couldn't find anything out about this one. I couldn't even like Google Lens search it. Nothing came up, just like similar things. This has something on its bottom here. So I actually thought I could, you know, search it with this. It's from 1992, made in China, and it says Placo. So Placo. I can't find out anything about this, but it's apparently from 1992. And these 2, I already have this one. They are the Leuchtdinos. So they're glow in the dark, a little bit, you know, like glowworms or something. Not as crazy, but I've had this one before, got it as a, you know, gift from one of my subscribers. And now I have another one in orange, and apparently these 2 you could get also as a 2-pack. So that's why, that's what I think they were. They probably came from as a 2-pack. And I think it might even have been Zimba who released them, but I'm not 100% sure because I've seen them on different packagings, but they're also early 90s, probably around the same time as this. This one does not glow in the dark. So I don't know, but they are cute and I like them and I will keep them. They can go onto my fakey shelf. So that was a good haul for me. Nothing super girly, but you know, I like my Jurassic Park and my dinosaurs a lot. As a child, I was a huge fan of dinosaurs. I still am. So let's get on with the flea market. Some definitely not haunted dolls. Definitely not. Clearly not haunted. Oh, these teeth. Absolute crackly face. He's the worst. The Mackie is the worst. Oh no, this is even worse. But I don't want you to have nightmares. Or maybe don't want me to have nightmares, so I rather vanish and go somewhere else. But there's more. As always, there are always these dolls. What do we have here? Looks like Lego pieces. Ooh, interesting. Playmobil. Sandmännchen. He looks in really good condition, but I have no idea which ones are really old. No, it's Götz. The Götz ones are not from back then, from the DDR. It might still be already old, but not as old. Garfield.
Das war ein Flugring. Ein Flugring, ja. Sie sagt, sie tauscht nur, wenn die Größe nicht stimmt. Nicht, wenn was kaputt geht. Ja, ist klar. Ja, erhört man sich.
It's quite nice because it's the really old Benjamin Blümchen ones with the old covers. They're early 80s. I don't really collect Benjamin Blümchen unless it's Christmas episodes. Oh, so cute. Benjamin Blümchen on the moon. Walt Disney collection. Oh, they even have a Benjamin Blümchen record. Michaelas Langeberger. Fabuland. Okay. Weihnachten im Märchenland, so Christmas. These are more like Vater Abraham and the Smurfs. Ja, wo kommt denn ihr denn her? Aus Schlumpfhausen, bitte sehr. Alpine Maya, this is so nice. This is such a nice collection of children's. Oh my god, Ernie and Bert. But they look weird, but that's clearly them. Sesame Street. Children's. I know actually a YouTuber who collects the Benjamin Blümchen records. And actually, another YouTuber who likes Fabuland, but I don't know if she likes them. I have no idea. But I don't know. It's probably not cheap. Is this still the Superstar face? Can't see it. This might be one of my first Princess Barbies. No, a clone doll and another clone doll. honey, I just found her last weekend, and this one does not have the cut hair. I just rehaired mine, but I only have this bathing suit once. I don't know, still on this body, but probably already Generation Girl face. What do we have here? No, not for me. I don't know which doll this is. This is also already Generation Girl face, but this must have been a fairy or something. Interesting. Oh, this is a misc. Oh, I know what this doll is. This was also a fairy. She was also called something, a starlight fairy or so. She then would twirl around, and she had a blue dress with stars on it, glittery white or silver stars. Another misc. These are not bad dolls, or most of them. And another misc. Okay, she has articulated arms. Yeah, this is not my era. A little Shelly or Kelly. Okay. This is from Simba. Oh, nice. I definitely want her. This is not her top though. I already have the orange version, the Kayla, and this is Barbie of this mermaid line from the early 2000s. Mermaid Fantasy. We have one of these. Also always a good thing. Gosh, my back hurts. What is underneath here, and what is this? There's a Barbie fridge. This is not Ken, this is something else. But what is this? Looks cool. Ariel, I don't know, probably a Simba one or something similar. Yeah, I guess this is one of the Simba ones. I see it from the tail. Interesting. I have no idea. Yeah, definitely some that I'm very interested in, like this one. I mean, I am interested in the misc, but no, I don't have misc clothes, and I mean, I have a couple of misc clothes. She is super interesting, but I have literally no idea if anyone would want her, and I don't have her fashion pieces. Same here, I don't even know who this is. This is more like 2008 around, because of this face I can see it. And this is all like early 2000s. She is interesting to me because she has the hair. I have rehaired mine, but this clearly looks better when it's not rehaired. And I'm somewhat interested in her because I think she still has the superstar face. This is still the superstar face. She might be one of my first princesses from the very late 90s. But it all depends on what the prices are. I know that she is also somewhat popular, but without any fashions and all. I don't know. I like her. My scene is so cool, but I can't collect my scene. I just can't. They're so pretty. She has a belly button piercing, and she is one that has the lashes. Oh my god. Barbies. What do we have here? I picked up 4 of them. So we have Oh, she is so difficult to display. We've got Mermaid Fantasy Barbie from 2002. We have 1997 Flip and Dive Barbie, I'm sorry. And yeah, this Barbie I actually just picked up the weekend before, which did not have a flea market video, but I still have already showed her. But why did I pick up like her again? Because this time she has her little like hairs here, the tendrils, and I had to rehair her, and her body is a little bit better. She came naked, but she has the bathing suit, so I figured I'd just pick her up again. Then I have a very good example, but we will get to her. Then I also picked up, yeah, another doll, actually a little more modern for my taste than what I usually go for, but this is the Fairytopia Sparkle Fairy, the pink one. She's from 2003, so 2002, 2003. Technically, that's a Barbie era I don't go for, but exceptions. There are exceptions to the rules. And then I was correct. This is my first Princess Barbie, and she's from 1998. So she still is 90s, and she is the only one still with the superstar face. Let's start with her. But I could immediately see she must be a really late one, which 1998 means 1999, probably in stores. I don't have a dress. She would have a very pink dress, like pink as her hair. And she still is on the superstar face, because this was the era when, like from 1997 on, Barbie tried to experiment with giving her the Maggie face, but still sometimes she got in some releases the superstar face, until the point when the new face mold was introduced, the Generation Girl face, CEO face, which is this one here. But yeah, still superstar face. And with the screening you can see she's very late 90s, which, I don't know, I'm not super about this, but I still think she is really sweet. Like one of her eyes looks like a little sleepy. It looks like, I don't know, it's not necessarily misprinted, but she looks, I don't know, she has something to her. I dressed her in an outfit that's not necessarily for her era. I dressed her in this late 80s outfit here, which is like one of those private collection or haute couture outfits, but I've always wanted to put this on one, and then I gave her this crown, which it's also not her crown, but she came with a similar one. She still has her earrings, and I gave her a ring. Actually, she came with gold crown, gold earrings, and gold ring, but her earrings must have rubbed up so much that they're looking silver, so that's why I gave her a silver ring and a silver crown. And this looks very nice together. The only piece I didn't put on her from this outfit is the head. I've just hung it here because it looked weird. It didn't. But now she looks like this. In this outfit, she looks like she's like one of the more modern princesses, you know, from royalty nowadays or something, and still in a very elegant outfit, but not a, you know, fairy tale princess outfit. I really like her. So my first Princess Barbie. Yeah, what I wanted to show you. You can mostly identify those, my first princesses, my first ballerinas and all of that. They have molded on shoes. And the legs are pre-posed, one little bit bent, one straight. And they're hard plastic, you can't bend them, but they're not hollow, they're still pretty heavy. And they tend to get very loose mostly, like that's something, I don't know, it's probably because, I mean, they're not rubbery, they just sit in these, and on the hips a little bit different. So, but she is still pretty nice, a little rub off on the shoes. Her hair is not cut, it's like nice saran hair. And yeah, I'm happy to give her a new home, probably with this outfit. Then, yeah, I was already like talking a little bit about this. This is the one I found just the weekend like before, and I had to rehair her with these little weird tendrils there. And then I saw her and I was like, oh, okay, this one does not have cut hair here, these pieces, and even has it in the back, which I was not even aware of that this doll has it. That's why I haven't rehaired it with her, because I was not aware that she like also has this loose hair, short loose hair in the back. And body-wise, she is not always, you know, working exactly. I can't always, you know, one of the legs is not cooperating exactly. She's better. though I still don't have her like apparatus, because Flip and Dive 1997, she came with this platform, this pink platform you would put at the edge of a pool or whatever, and then you could, you know, make her something like this. And I don't know exactly how it worked, but it would make her then jump, and this is pretty, you know, difficult with her to make the spring, you know, load up, and with her it's a little more loose, etc. And I've also noticed that she must have had a broken head at one point. Someone repaired it really nicely, but she's also better with this. And I mean, she has her ring, but then I can give this doll, I can give the bathing suit from her and the ring from her, and then I have a really nice example of Flip and Dive Barbie. And at one point I might find the weird construction, and then I can try out if she really jumps into the pool. And this doll I can give to someone else. Yeah, I have found these sparkle fairies, or sparkle fairies, at the flea market a couple of times. I've never picked them up because, I mean, in the past I was a little more firm on, oh, I'm not gonna buy anything 2000s, etc. But this time, I mean, I don't know, it was really like, I'm already picking up a doll from the 2000s, because with mermaids I'm also making exceptions. And she also has this super nice pink hair, and I said, okay. And this was a cheap seller, so he technically started with 3 euros per doll, and then I like took 4 of them, and he was like 10 euros fine, and that's even less than 3 euro then per doll. So I was totally happy to also like put her with like in this little pile, because, you know, as I also have the modern fairy, that Barbie that has the color change fairy, you know, with the Millie face but a very colorful hair. And I've recently also like put another, because I've got the Mariposa Barbie head in this weird box of, you know, 80s Barbies. I don't know if you remember that unboxing. And I've actually put her on a modern Mermaid Barbie body, and she also is like next to the color change fairy, and I think she can also go next to her. She is very pretty. Her hair is in really nice condition. She actually comes with a high ponytail, but no, I didn't want to give her the hair ponytail back. She has 3 like parts in her hair where there's this color, like this wonderful, you know, dotted tinsel. I don't know how to call this, but this is a little bit of a different tinsel. She has her factory curls still. I mean, the factory curls were a little crazier, but of course I boil washed it, and I mean, this looks so nice. She is one of the earlier examples of Barbies that just have it painted on top. It's not even molded on, it's really just painted, but it's so glittery. And no, nothing here. This is not really painted, but I just put something together. These might also be from one of the Fairytopia, or they are not the ones from the Mariposa, I think, because they looked different. They went a lot, but whatever. I just put together like 2 different like sparkly skirts that look like, she looks very good in it. She actually came also in a skirt similar to this, with, you know, like, looks like little leaves or flower petals, but more in this color here with this, you know, crinkly, shiny fabric. It actually is, in my brain, 80s, 90s, but in the 2000s they still used it. I mean, all of these Barbies didn't have any really like outfit or anything. So, of course, there was nothing like that. But she glitters everywhere. Like, her whole body is glittery, even like here, the legs and all. And come on, can you please focus? There we go. Everything is glittery. I don't know how well you can see it. And I think, I don't know where this skirt comes from. This underneath is a separate skirt, but I mean, this looks very cute. Of course, she is a fairy, means she came with wings. The wings were not in the box, but it doesn't matter. This is also her original hairstyle here, but as I said, then it would have been on a high ponytail. I really like her. I said Generation Girl face, well, she is also the Generation Girl face. I mean, look at her. I know this is not really nostalgic to me, but it is a very pretty face, especially with the screening here. So I couldn't say no. And with her, I immediately knew that I wanted to pick her up, because I already have one of this series. I have the Kayla, and this is the Barbie. So there was a 3 doll wave, Mermaid Fantasy, as I said, 2002. Christy with purple hair and purple tail, the Kayla with orange hair and blue tail, and then the Barbie pink hair and this aqua tail. Also, she didn't have any like of her you know, fashion pieces, though she came with a fashion piece. Yeah, she had this Ariel bra on, but it's not from her. This is from a Tycho Ariel, I'm pretty sure, or from another Ariel, but it looks really like one of the Tycho ones, which I can put on one of my Tycho Ariels, which is better. She actually also came with a more glittery, like this iridescent fabric top with, you know, a star in the middle, and then also some things that you would put on the upper arms that also had, you know, little, you know, like little tendrils and all. I have none of that, so I dressed her in this more Y2K looking outfit here. She didn't have anything on her waist actually, but I think this looks cute and I think these belong together. What she did have is the crown. Yeah, she came with a crown. It was still attached to her head, meaning little threads. But as I washed the hair, I re-crimped the hair. It's now loose, but yeah. She has some little issues, as in here in the front there's a little darker streak which is colored in, and in the back you can definitely also see it. I couldn't get that out. There's something blue in it. I don't know what it is. It doesn't come off. The child probably colored it in, and yeah, same blue color that also her tail had. So not the whole tail, but you know, the fin was colored with this, you know, glittery blue or golden, I don't know, like color. I don't know what it was. It was pretty hard to get off. I had to rub pretty, like, you know, pretty hard on it, but I think, I mean, there's not really anything left on it. And she has, of course, a little bit of a gimmick, actually two gimmicks. When you push her hips, then her tail flops. It's a really cool thing. So you cannot, you know, take this tail off. There are no legs underneath. But this is like, it's like a silicone tail. And of course, that's why most of them that you find, they have ribs in here, because when you can sit them down like this. But this always causes stress on this area here, on these side areas. Here you can see it especially. So that's why if you have them in your collection and you want to display them, you should not sit them down. Which is why I have a little bit of an issue how to display them. Because with the tails, they're very, you know, tall. So I can only put, you know, a stand like on her, you know, around her knees. But this makes her also very wobbly, and you know, my mermaid shelf was high. So I don't know, let's see if I find a good place for her. I think there is enough space, but it's also really hard to reach. But yeah, and almost forgot, I said she has two gimmicks. Yeah, there's another gimmick with her. Now she loses the crown. Which this gimmick I find really weird. She also has this button at the back. And this one actually moves her head and her arms. It's like then she's swimming, I guess. But I don't know, it's a really clunky mechanism to be honest. So see, her head moves a little bit and then the arms. I think the tail flopping is the cooler one. This is really cool. And yeah, the tail of course also is sparkly and glittery. This is one of the very iconic Mermaid Barbie lines. Yes, it's not 90s anymore, but you know, who doesn't love a mermaid? And it is such a cool, like doll. And one of the, actually not too many Barbies that had like absolutely pink hair. I mean, we've had the Fountain Mermaid in the early 90s, but that's not as hot pink. And then like later on in the 2010s and all, we also got some Barbies that have this super bright pink hair, but she's special. And yeah, part of the hair is crimped and part is straight. I'm never exactly sure which parts, but I think the front part definitely is crimped, and the upper layer, then in the middle of the hair it is straight. That's how I also left it. There's also some straight hair in between here, and then in her like neck, the lowest hair is crimped again. It's a little weird. I'm not 100% sure. I never had one in my hands that still had very nicely crimped hair. I could just see it a little bit on this one. My Kayla was even worse. I couldn't see at all where she was crimped, but yeah, that was a really cool Barbie lot of 4 dolls. So let's get back to the flea market. Wait, I forgot one thing, because I also picked up this only like a fashion piece that was in there. He said, yeah, you can have this also with the 10 euro, which is this coat. Here, nobody was wearing it. It was like separately in there. And by the way it is made, I could like imagine, especially when I see these round plastic snaps, and it is pretty much a good quality, but not necessarily material that you are used from Mattel. Then you can like sometimes like be sure that this is a Barbie piece, but not done by Mattel. This is one of the Discover the World with Barbie fashion pieces that came in these little magazines in the early 2000s. So this is like 2001, I think. They had magazines. I think in these magazines there was also some information about the country and all of that. And every magazine was dedicated to one country, and you got a fashion piece that's like kind of reminiscent of that country, not necessarily in a like, you know, traditional fashion way. Sometimes it's just, you know, inspired, or like, I don't know, for example, the Netherlands, they have an evening gown. Like Netherlands, you don't think of an evening gown, but of course there's royalty in the Netherlands and evening gown makes sense, etc. This is the Russian one. So this is the Russia magazine. So it is either like number 2 or number 3, I think, depending on which country. Like it was released, because they were released in Germany, if it was done in German and all these magazines, and also in other countries in English and all. And this is a cool fashion piece. So here we have this coat from the Discover the World with Barbie Russia from I think it's more 2002. So the number 3 or number 2. Yeah, with these, when you have these things, these, I don't know what they're called, caudal things, and then often they have these plastic, bigger, round, see-through white plastic snaps, and it still looks good quality-ish, then Discover the World with Barbie.
I think this is Bravestar. So not just a random rubber toy, but rather something from a action figure line. Oh, not Bravestar or Blackstar? Blackstar. Sorry, I always mix up just the names. The more fantasy one, or it might be one of the two. They weirdly don't have any markings. So I don't know if they were fakes of those or something. California raisins. They're funny.
Ta-da! I found these 2 Trobbits. They're from Blackstar. You know, I always like mix up Blackstar and Bravestar, not necessarily as in, you know, I know one of them is the more medieval fantasy dragons and a little more like He-Man style, and the other one is the one with the space cowboy. I know that there's 2, but I always mix up the names because they're both with B and Star. Blackstar, Bravestar. No, these are Blackstar, these are older. And they are, you know, the little guys, but they were not like, you know, pack-in guys with one of the other action figures. They actually, with their own characters, they were released separately on card or as a 4-pack or 5-pack, I don't remember, but definitely there's 7 of these little Trobbits in the line. And, you know, Blackstar in itself was, it started, I think, as a cartoon by Filmation. So Filmation is the same company that then made the Masters of the Universe cartoons as well. But before that, in 1981, they had this, you know, fantasy cartoon called Blackstar. And it already had similar elements to He-Man, but it was before He-Man. So, but then in 1983, Galoob, the toy company, like got the license to, you know, make toys for them in answer of, you know, the He-Man craze at this point. And yeah, you know, they made action figures to compete with, you know, all of these other muscular, cool action figures at the time. And as I said, these are the little, you know, alien species that is living on this planet where they are. And I mean, probably inspired by the hobbits. I mean, they're called trobbits and they are small and but they all have these color combinations. So they have this pink skin and they are always with, you know, purple, blue and yellow. So they look good on display with my, you know, type of, you know, action figures and boy toys. I think this one, I mean, they also have names. This one is called Carpo and this one is Poto. So yeah, I think either in a 4-pack or as separate figures, and there's 7 ones.
This is a real dam troll from Denmark, from the, I don't know, doesn't have a date I guess, but maybe 70s or something, maybe 80s, still in this package. This is a cool piece, I guess. I'm wondering if this is a fake because it just says sport, but it looks like the Doki Doki, you know, brand. No, it's just made in China, so I guess it's a fake. Interesting. Everything's getting faked. Looks like a little mad ball. How weird. This is the head to the jacket that I picked up at the other.
Okay, dann weiter.
This is weird. Because there were clearly Barbie pieces in here. Oh, this is cute. Is this a go-go? Maybe. I guess they are, but I don't know anything really about them, other than that they were really popular when I was in elementary school, like in about fifth grade, I think. It was probably in 1999 or something. But I don't want them. This is a little more interesting to me because I think this goes to the coat that I picked up at the other one. I don't know if you seen it, because I've picked up not just the doll, but I guess at this point you have seen it in the haul part. This is super cute.
Okay, where is actually the stuff? Where did I put it? I put it here. One of those vendors with lots of, you know, really, in German I would say Krempel. It's just the leftovers of someone's, you know, household or something. And these guys that pick it up when, you know, people have died or something, and they need to, you know, get the stuff out of the houses, etc. So because in Germany there are no estate sales, something like this is not existing. You can never go into an empty or into a house where someone has died and then you can buy from there. No, there's companies that then get the stuff out, sell what they can, and the rest, the stuff, probably they mostly put on flea markets. This was one of those, like, you know, boxes upon boxes. But I spotted some interesting things, especially this. I mean, come on. I just showed you this. It belongs together. This is the head to the Russia outfit from the Discover the World with Barbie. How weird is that? It's a completely different vendor to where I got the dolls. But I guess it's the same type of vendor, because he also, the guy with the dolls, also said, yeah, he randomly gets stuff in from Haushaltsauflösungen, so from when people then, you know, get the stuff, Entrümpelung, and I don't know what it's in English when you know, go to households that aren't existing anymore and stuff needs to get out there, and then you have all the stuff. So probably, I guess, it's two completely different vendors at completely different parts of the flea market. One of these guys was also one of those, you know, people from, I don't know, Turkey or Arabian countries. You can see a lot of these guys are doing that. And then this guy, he had a Bavarian accent, so it was a completely different guy. They hadn't anything to do with it, but I guess they bought from the same household. Because how weird is this? That, like, you know, at the other side of the flea market, I find the matching hat to this. I mean, it could also be just coincidence, but what a weird coincidence. I don't know. Then I picked up this little comb, which I don't know what it goes to, but I like to have a little comb in every like backpack, etc. It's glittery and it's, you know, so that I have just something where I can, you know, comb through my bangs. So I can put this now into another one of my backpacks. And then I picked up this little weird ball that has like a skeleton face, and you know, it's a little bit, you know, like it's like a mad ball. And I think this is also what it is. It's not really a mad ball, but it is one of those toy lines or stuff that kind of copied mad balls, where, you know, one of those typical, you know, gross out humor, gross out toys of the 80s. Little balls about this size, more like a tennis ball size, mostly rubbery, vinyl-y, with crazy, you know, faces, ugly, you know, snottering, blood, skeletons, all of that. And then there were also tons and tons of similar ones, you know. And they also made smaller ones, and they made ones that were, you know, you could squirt water out of them, or some that would, you know, blurb balls that would even like fire a little additional toy out of their mouth or whatever. This is just a small one, and I have found similar ones that you actually could put on pencils, so like pencil toppers, erasers, but this still feels like an eraser. So I think it's probably from the same ones that made the pencil topper erasers, but this is not a pencil topper, this is probably just an eraser. But I like it. It's neon yellow, and I can put it with my boy toys. I never find real mad balls. I would love to find some mad balls. I think they are funny and cool, and they have crazy colors and all of that. I just have two squirt balls that are kind of in the same style of, you know, toy, and then I have one, I don't know what this is called, but a bigger one with a, you know, crazy face on it. And now I have a small yellow one. And I was like already like guessing what, yeah, and he started, I think he started with, did he start with €5 or did he start with €3? I don't remember, but I said, no, come on, it's like, I can give you €1.50 for it, then it's like €1 per piece. Come on, this is just a single, you know, Barbie head. What? And he was like, okay, give me €1.50. So I paid like 50 cents for each of these pieces. So, but sometimes you just, whatever it is, they start, oh, give me €10. I can give you a great price of €10. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a great price. But then again, you can mostly get them down price-wise. Okay, now it was actually time to buy, you know, the Barbies from the first vendor, but it was difficult because when I came back, he still wasn't there. He just in between had returned and told the other guy the price. But then I was not able to negotiate with this guy because he has no power over the prices. And I was almost like, you know, falling over when I heard the price. You remember I had this one shoe box with, you know, a little bit of older fashions. Those were 80s fashions. Not super crazy ones, mostly like Be Active fashions and Twice as Nice. A lot of stuff that I already had, some nice pieces, but nothing super crazy. And I had like this tub of modern Barbie fashions, which I was already like, I don't need this stuff. I would have liked, if I would have picked it up, I would have, you know, picked the shoes and all of that. But, you know, this was nothing that I needed. And then I had 4 dolls. And they wanted €70. €70 for these couple of Barbie pieces. With like, yeah, they are super old. Now, well, they're 80s. Sure, you can get that, but it's a flea market. And I don't want even those modern fashion pieces, and like 4 dolls. And 3 of them are also modern dolls. There was just one vintage Ken. And I was like, usually he charges €5 per doll, but apparently he has changed his mind. It's not €10 per doll, no matter what it is. I had a really big argument with him, and we really had a fight, you could say. He's really nice, and he always brings me stuff, so he's always nice and says, here, this is for you, etc. But I don't know if he had a bad day or something, or I misheard something. I'm pretty sure I didn't misheard something, because we were then at the price and I was asking him if for this price, because I had already put back a couple of pieces. None of the like modern Barbie pieces, just 2 pairs of shoes of these. And I put 2 dolls back, so I put the modern skipper back, because I don't pay €10 for a modern skipper. I can get that for 50 cents or something, sorry. And I put back the Odette, because the Odette I was just like, I might bring this to Toyplosion or something, because I found her wings and the dress was in there, but I would not have kept her anyways. This was more something, if I figured like for €5 I can take it with me or something. Not that I really want to resell, but I know that last time Odette was really popular and I could, give someone else an Odette there, but whatever, nope. So the only dolls I picked up were then the Ken, and yes, the Barbie. This is a modern Barbie, but I really wanted her. And actually, yes, I picked up this box with the fashions, but it was such a back and forth that in the end I was like, I wanted to pay for this €30 and he was not having it, but then he actually said €30 okay. And I said okay, and then here. And then suddenly it was, no, every doll is like, this is €20 and these are €10 each. So we were like €40, and this other guy was actually overhearing our conversation, and he was like, no, I'm right, actually. Because this is what he said. At one point he was like at €30, and I gave him the €30, and it was then like, no, I've never said €30. Whatever. In the end he kind of gave in, but I don't know if I ever get any good deals from him again. It's like, but I can, honestly, I can also like live without him. He's never brought me any ponies, although he said he has ponies. He has never brought me any other girls' toys apart from Barbies, and now almost no vintage Barbies anymore. It's mostly just modern. For a modern doll, €10, no. So I don't know. I still would buy from him, but at his prices now, probably not much more. I don't know. And in between, I had also actually asked if I could throw 1 or 2 of those vintage Disney buttons in there, and he was like, yeah, fine, take all of them, blah blah, we can put it into with the deal, but we hadn't really put the price. And like, I had put at the end back all of the Disney buttons, because I wouldn't really know if he actually wanted to still give them to me. But this other guy, I talked then to afterwards to his colleague or whatever, his helper, I don't know in what connection they are, his friend probably. And he said, no, just take also the Disney buttons. It's okay. I will talk to him again, because I don't know, apparently he was also like, he had a bad day this day, or I don't know what. I really don't know. My price was €30. I didn't want to get higher. I would have then put back this doll, but in the end I gave him these €50, and then he gave me €20 back, so it was then in the end €30. But I was really not happy how this went. I was almost starting to cry because I felt so bad, but like, sorry, he had said €30, and then he was like, no, you have now two dolls, and you have thrown in more of the modern fashions. I was like, I didn't throw in any of the modern fashions. Like, the only modern pieces I've thrown in were like 2 pairs of shoes. So, but whatever. I'm still happy with these pieces, but I'm not happy how this went, to be quite honest. Maybe let's start with the non-Barbie things, because yeah, in the end I got all of these buttons. I had put all of them back already, so, or he had put them back, because he then was like, no, I'm not selling you anything, etc, etc. But this other guy said, no, then just also take the buttons. Because actually pretty cool, like Disney buttons. This one is one from Disney World. Well, I say buttons, this one is more like a clippy thing. I don't know, I wouldn't really call it a button. But Disney World celebration, 25 years of Disney World, so quite a long time ago. Then we have 2 of Disneyland's 30th anniversary, which is even longer ago. Whoop, Disneyland was founded in 55, so 56, 50, 50, 50, 80, in 85. In 85, this celebration took place, so Disneyland 30 years. I especially like this one, the small one, because it says the happiest place on earth, which I like this phrase a lot for Disneyland, which that's true. And here it says, and the best has just begun. So I would have just wanted actually one, but yeah. Then we have another one, just Magic Kingdom 35 years. It's a little newer, I guess, because I guess Magic Kingdom is referring to Disney World. Because usually otherwise, sometimes Disneyland is also referred to as the Magic Kingdom, but mostly Magic Kingdom is the main castle park in Disney World. So 35 magical years celebrating, and this one is so funny. This is from 2001, it's probably the newest year. It's for the grand opening, 2001, of Disney California Adventure, which is the second park in across the street in Disneyland. So there's in California, there's Disneyland and DCA, which is Disney's California Adventure. But if you know a little bit about Disney park history, you would know that actually the opening version of California Adventure was not really well received. It was not a good park back then. It is a good park now, but the attractions weren't good. Some of them infamous for being really bad. There was really not a lot to do. I mean, it's weird. It was a weird choice to make this park themed around, themed around California. In California, it's a weird thing. The park has evolved so much, but if you know that the opening version of California Adventure is known for being not a good theme park. So I'm really happy I can put those onto my, I have this one My Little Pony tote bag where I have lots of, also vintage toy buttons and modern buttons and all, but also my vintage Disney park buttons. Maybe let's first get to the dolls, the two dolls that I bought, and then we get to the fashions and the accessories. I was not correct. I thought this would be the Todd from Tracy and Todd. No, his face would look different. But this outfit still is his outfit. It's not complete, and he clearly would have needed socks, and the button placket has come off, and he also does have no, actually he would have had a pink, what is it called? Cummerbund. But no, this is actually the Dream Date Ken. Yeah. Dream Date Ken from 1983. I mean, it's a cool Ken. He has the superstar face, which was introduced in the late 70s for Ken, usually in blonde in the beginning. But a couple of times we really saw him here in black, so he really has black hair. From my perspective, that's really black. That's not even just dark brown. And Dream Date Barbie and Dream Date PJ, and then Dream Date Ken. This is the small line. Very, elaborate, cool dolls with, this PJ in blue, Barbie obviously in pink, with these huge ruffles around this, from this that come up from her skirt, and then you can put them around here or around the arm or something. There's a sequin top. I have the Barbie. Also with this outfit, don't have the PJ. Of course, PJ has the Steffi face, so she's pretty sought after. But yeah, and then there's Ken, and I think he's a really handsome Ken. He has the superstar arms, so not the straight budget arms, but also a little bit bent. His legs are also on this, a little bit more ball joint situation. Still, bend and snap. But what I think is weird is that his head is the more budget version, where he just can go left to right. I've only so far seen Dream Date Ken online in pictures with the ball jointed head. That always looks a little weird, but the first Kens of the Superstar era had actually this ball jointed head, and then just more like the simpler versions had the left and right. I don't know what that is. Are you familiar with that? This was just sometimes changed for the Ken releases, but I'm pretty sure this is Dream Date Ken. This can't be any other, because from face and all of that, I mean, it is 100% is Dream Date Ken. That I find a little weird. I cannot really find out anything about that, about the different ways. Oh, I think I sit him down. The head is, put on the body for Ken, but apparently That's what he is, and I'm pretty sure because, I mean, his outfit was in there. Of course it's Dreamlight Ken. And then I picked up, yeah, lot of years later, a Barbie. She is from 2014, but she is one of the Style series, and I actually really like those dolls. So I sometimes don't exactly know if this is like then Life in the Dream House, but those have a little bit more of, you know, funnier animated faces. Well, let's take off the glasses. I just put a random outfit on her and also random glasses. But yeah, this Barbie Style series is kind of what the Life in the Dream House Barbies afterwards became. So they still use the same characters, but, you know, in a separate line. They had, you know, cool fashions of the time, not really cool in my opinion right now. So this Barbie looked very much of her time. I mean, almost I would say she looked earlier. She looked more like in a 2009 outfit or something. She had, you know, black tights, jeans shorts over it, a jean like vest with, you know, but with or jacket or vest, but with leopard fur, and then weird combinations of, you know, pink leg warmers and then dark red shoes, and I don't understand this outfit color-wise and all of that. It looks very early 2010s or late 2000s to me. Not really my cup of tea, but I really like those faces, especially with these eyelashes. And I have one more doll of this line, which is the what's her name? Raquel. Yeah, the Raquel of this toy line. And I've also kept her. She's in my modern display. And she is from the Barbie Style Wave 1 from 2014, as I said. BLR56, apparently that's her number. And the only negative thing I have to say about her is she has the most horrible case of glue seepage out of her head that I've ever had. I have done everything that I know, all hacks that I know to get, you know, the glue out of the hair. Hasn't worked. It is still super sticky, although I have powdered it. I have washed it multiple times. I have put it under, you know, what's it called? OxyClean. And then I've powdered it again, and I've washed it again. It has even gotten worse, I have to say. I don't know, but I mean, if I just leave it like this, it is fine. You can't see it that much. This is still her factory hairstyle. It was in there. I didn't like change it. Rubber band still existing. Really nice. And what I also like about these dolls, other than that they have rooted eyelashes, is the articulation. This is kind of my favorite style of Barbie articulation. Of course, Made to Move is even a little further than this, but this is actually enough for me because they have also here this upper torso. This is really cool. Then they have, you know, shoulders, elbows, and wrists, and of course legs and all. In the knees, like 90-degree angle, enough for me. They don't have here the articulation, but this is kind of also, I like that you can, the joints don't look as ugly. You can also make them, you know, like this or like this. You can turn them. I really like this style of Barbie articulation. This is actually kind of enough for me, and I would find more of this type of body to, you know, rebody more other dolls. I would use it, but I mean, I have now 2 of these bodies, and I keep these dolls as they are because they have beautiful faces. I've put her in an outfit that looks more like, you know, a slumber party or like a, you know, lingerie set. Doesn't necessarily belong together. It's a fancy frilled set from the early 90s, and then a random little, you know, lacy overcoat. But I think it's very cute on her, and I wanted her. I know, but I don't really find these dolls very often. Also in these modern Barbie bins with all sorts of modern dolls, they always have the super hollow modern articulation, and I never find these. Although they are, I mean, they are also a little bit older. They're not super modern. They're not Millie era. They are before Millie face was introduced. So they're 2014, and in 2015, 2016, that was the time when they completely swapped the Generation Girl face out for Millie, and that's the era face-wise I don't like at all, especially when they are just, I mean, I buy now, of course, also modern dolls, but not of main Barbie, of Barbie Millicent Roberts. By the way, Millicent Roberts. No, but yeah, the style Barbies, style wave, I wanted her. Okay, let's get to the fashions. It's not too much, but some good pieces and also pieces that I have as I knew. Let's maybe get a little further here. I think so. And also some random pieces. And there were also some modern pieces in there which I have not thrown in. It was mixed already. Here we have a veil. I already have this veil. So this is like from a wedding of the year. Oops, it's actually the other way around, like this. So from a wedding of the year from 1990, 1980, 82, 83. But I have this full set, so double. This is the cool piece that I, for whatever reason, don't have yet. But this is from a Great Shape Skipper, the pants. I also, yeah, don't have any of the other pieces. I do have Great Shape Skipper though. This is actually really an old piece, but this was the only thing that was like older than 80s, because here we have a 60s piece. This is from 1966, so vintage era really. The number 1663, Music Center Matinee. It's just the top. It would come with a pencil skirt with, you know, I don't know, a clutch, hat, etc., shoes. So one of the, you know, that's something you would put on a bubble cut Barbie or something. So that's a cool piece. Here we have something that I partially already have. We have a Ken outfit from the Twice as Nice from 1985. I have not had the pants before, but I've had this before. So, but this is the full outfit minus the you know, shoes. The number 2309, 1985. Here is actually something, yeah, this doll used to be at this vendor and I never picked it up. In the very beginning, especially when I just picked up the crystal Barbie from him, I saw that there was great day to night Ken in there. But apparently he has sold since then, but his outfit remained in this other box, which he never had with him, I think. Yeah, so we have the blazer, the suit underneath, we have the vest, we even have the socks, and we have the blue Ken shoes, we have his tie, oops, ta-da, and then a couple of cardboard pieces. So like a credit card for you, you know, newspapers that Ken could read, and then I don't know, for whatever reason, also a picture of Ken, but I think this also all comes from the Day to Night Ken. So Day to Night Ken is 1984, 85, and then here a skyscraper. I don't know, probably where he is working. I don't have him, but I have his full outfit. And this is a doll that a Ken doll that I usually am not super into. If I would find him, I don't even know if I would pick him up. He has kind of the same face as the Great Shape Ken, but he would have the bent arms. So if I ever find him, now I know that I have his full outfit. Yeah. Then this is something, yeah, this is not actually this era that most of these fashions are. This is an early 2000s skirt that was also mixed in there. This is from 2003, I guess still counts as early 2000s, from the City Style Barbie. So it came on a budget doll in 2003. It's an okay piece. I would have not picked it up normally if it wasn't in there. Here, I have this so often, but weirdly enough, this is the top for Skipper. So Active Fashion Skipper 85. But these are the pants, they're too long for Skipper. These are the pants from the Barbie version of it, the Be Active Fashions. So 1985, Barbie and Skipper had a lot of similar fashions. The Skipper fashions were always called So Active. It had a little S for Skipper on the fashions, and the Barbie were Be Active Fashions, like Barbie B had a little B on it. Yeah, I didn't write down the numbers, but you've seen this little jogging suit so often. There's a variant that's yellow and green. I also have this one. Then we have another Be Active Fashions, and yeah, these Be Active Fashions you find very often. They are like, if you were a girl mid-80s with Barbie, chances are you had some Be Active Fashions, because I find them all the time. But I think this is a piece that I don't have yet, but it's missing the pants and all. but it is Be Active Fashions number 2185. There is also a blue variant where this whole thing is blue here. And of course it came with pants, but in the box were shoes, and I assume these shoes came with it because it's the exact correct color and it's the, you know, slim 80s Barbie heels. Then we have just the top. I don't even need to take it out, but you can see it. This is another Twice as Nice. You can reverse it. Inside it has like a little, it looks like more like a top, but it's for Ken. And Ken would have had shorts in exactly this material to this fashion pack. So Twice as Nice number 230785. But these are not the shorts because this is a skirt for Skipper. Also same year, but So Active Fashion Skipper, the number 2234. Don't need to take it out. It came with a red top. I have this, so nothing new for me. And some of these pieces I do have on this. But this is almost a complete outfit. So it is another Twice as Nice. Here we have a complete Twice as Nice outfit. I have parts of these pieces already, but not the full outfit. 1984, Twice as Nice, this time for Barbie. You could, you know, reverse it, blue or the other way around. Interesting, here this material is not flaked off. It is a little bit of a different material, but I have this vest already and it has flaked off. So also this can flake off. So skirt and vest, long sleeve rainbow top, and these purple pants and white shoes. So there was only one white shoe in the lot, but I assume it goes to this. So not a super pretty outfit in my opinion. I mean, especially this you know, I don't know, mustard yellow color and all, but I mean the rainbow thing is cool, but I think this one I don't have, I have already, but I only have parts of this outfit. But yeah, again, 84, so mid-80s. Most of the stuff is mid-80s here. This is from a Barbie itself. That I have this, but this is from the Fashion Jeans Barbie. This is probably in a really good condition. I've had one that was more crinkly and washed out, but with this little strap, because this is a separate piece here. The one I have now has a cut strap, but it is in a really good condition. I think this is in the best condition I found it. It has also the Barbie logo here at the back, and it came with the matching shoes. Yeah, the matching cowboy boots. Fashion Jeans Barbie is from 1981, so really early 80s Barbie. And yes, I also have these shoes, but this type of Barbie shoe is my favorite, you know, 80s, 90s Barbie shoe mold, so I can never have enough of those. Yeah, this is stuff that I can't identify. This is all either newer or just not identified. So I have no clue what this is. It's not even a sock, not even a hat. I have no idea. Then we have three modern pieces. I think this came on the Barbie, so on the style Barbie, but it's not from her. Another, I don't know what, modern butterfly dress. Modern, but as in, I don't know, like 2010s or something. This here as well, probably Ken. So none of these pieces I want to have, I want to keep or anything. This is also more modern. I already have it. It's like a super tiny little frog, I don't know, little bolero jacket. I don't remember where it's from. I couldn't either. I haven't identified it before. Haven't identified it now. This is probably 80s, probably from some kind of fashion pack. It's a dark denim bag. I haven't found it, so if you know, please tell me. With this, I also think it's a Barbie or Skipper, but I don't know. You know, little pants, probably also mid-80s material-wise and all, but doesn't have a tag, so I couldn't find it. This seems, I don't know, probably more modern. Quality-wise, it could also be Steffi Love. I mean, these, you know, leggings, difficult to identify. This was in there, clearly something 80s or 90s, but not Barbie. By the Velcro, I can already tell this is something else. I don't know, a little dress for a random little doll. Then we have these here. I couldn't find it. It is clearly a set. Also not in a very good condition. A lot of these are missing, and there's like, you know, I think it also had these little buttons here. At least it looks like, because there's a thread left. You can open it with these buttons here. They're snap buttons behind, but they are corroded, so it doesn't look like it's Barbie. It still could be Barbie, or Petra or something, but I'm not sure. I don't know where this set comes from. Couldn't find it. Then this is what the Ken was wearing, actually. Something that says Simba on the inside, so it is modern Steffi Love, whatever the guide to Steffi Love is called, I don't know. And I don't know what this is. This is a really big other doll piece. And yeah, none of these pieces I necessarily am super interested in, but they were also in this lot. If I would have, at one point I wanted also to just pick up random fashions of this lot, to just the ones that I knew were Barbie, but he wanted to sell it all at once. He was not having it that I just buy certain pieces. He then accused me that I would have had put this dress from the modern Barbie bin into the old Barbie tote, but no, this isn't even a modern dress. And I don't even want it. This is not Barbie. It might be Petra, but it's not old Petra. I mean, not like 60s, 70s Petra. It has very not so nice Velcros. I can't tell you where this is from. It has a head, so it could be Petra, or it could be just a random Steffi Love or something else. Material-wise, it's okay, but it's not very good. Yeah. No, I would have like left this piece if I would have just picked up like certain other pieces, but now I have them. The shoes that I like specifically wanted from this modern doll bin, oops, they are here. They are so cool. I don't know what they are. Please tell me if you know it. At first are they breads or I don't know, but no, a normal Barbie fits in them. So they could be my scene, but they are also a little bit too small for my scene, just from the look. I think they are Barbie shoes, but please tell me if you know where they come from. And the other modern shoes, let's just get this, that I wanted were these, because I absolutely love this, type of platform mule. So these were the only things I picked out specifically from the modern Barbie bin. And then these were the boots that the Barbie was wearing that I bought. They're clearly something from the 2000s or 2010s. Then random accessories like this umbrella, this Barbie brush, 80s Barbie brush or a Petra brush or something. And a modern Barbie necklace was also in there. Super randomly, these leg warmers were also in there. They go to her. They are the only piece that I now have for her original outfit. I don't want to put together her original outfit because I don't like it, but these are kind of cool. And they were not in the modern Barbie bin, they were in the vintage Barbie bin. And then a couple of single shoes and 3 more Barbie packs of shoes, so 2-pack, one for Skipper, these ballet flats, and 2 of those simple, trainers, dark blue and in white. But no, I don't need to ask them. It's like way too expensive. I already know that. These aren't worth anything. Like seriously, these aren't worth anything. 50 cents each or something. Maybe not, maybe 2 euros each, but I know that they will be charging probably 10 euros each or something because they think Star Wars equals money. Sometimes it's just not worth asking, I know it. It's not that I need these figures. No, going this direction again. Because honestly, I'm thinking about picking up the 3 Mycene dolls if they're still there. Because I'm not collecting Mycene. But it would be nice to just have them, fix them up. Because I have a couple of Mycene clothes and Barbie clothes that would fit them. And then maybe someone else wants them. Because they were not expensive. He was asking like €3 per doll. And I got the other 4 dolls that I wanted, the other Barbies, for a tenner. So this would be another like €9. Maybe I get it down to 8 or something. Because I shouldn't. But I would really like, I love Mycene. I don't know. Oh yeah, and I haven't asked for these. Let's just ask how much the
Oh, the Fabulant one is gone, I think, right? Yeah, someone picked up the one from Fabulant. Because it is interesting, so I hope someone who really likes it picked it up. I'm still gonna ask for the Benjamin Blümchen one. Yep, I bought the Benjamin Blümchen record because like €2? €2. He's charged, like this woman is charging like for one small Playmobil figure already €1, and she just wanted €2 per record. Of course, I took it. It's not for me, but ach, Sie sind es wieder.
Hallo.
Wie viel nehmen Sie nochmal für die Kleinen jeweils? Das war ganz schön viel, ne? Soweit ich mich erinnern kann.
Ja, damals hatte ich einen anderen Preis, jetzt habe ich einen neuen Preis.
Jetzt wird es
20.
20 pro, egal welche. Ja. Kann ich mir die beiden dunklen mal angucken? Weil das sind welche, die ich tatsächlich nicht habe. Oder sie. Was ist denn noch eine? 15 würden sie nicht machen, wa?
Wenn Sie alle drei nehmen?
Wenn wir alle drei nehmen, nicht.
Ach so.
Ich würde wahrscheinlich nur eine nehmen, aber Sie meinten jetzt als Bundle, meinten
Wenn
Sie
Sie
jetzt?
die drei zusammennehmen, mache ich einen Fuffi.
Nee, also wirklich braucht tatsächlich nicht. Also
Okay.
diese kleinen, ich habe eine von denen, ich habe eine Chris, ich habe eine Tutti, ich habe einen Todd und ich würde gerne eine Carla. Ich glaube, die hieß Carla. Ja, aber
18
deswegen.
gerne.
Für 18. Ich sehe schon, ja, das kenne ich.
Definitiv.
Das
Also
gehört,
die Tüten,
ja.
glaube ich, gehören alle zusammen.
Ja, das sieht man, ja genau hier.
Das hat wiederum meine Frau gemacht.
War nicht ihrs.
Ja, wir können hier
Ja, sie können wir. Achso, dann haben wir ein bisschen mehr Platz. Das ist doch perfekt. Dann gucke ich hier mal durch. Das ist süß. This is probably not original, but it is super cute. Oh, I have this. I have this set.
Kannst du auch einfach rumkommen, morgen.
Here I'm not sure, I have to put it aside. Nah. This is a little bit newer. So. Yeah. This is cute.
Habe ich mir gesagt, der muss den Tischbau mit der Karte versteifen und dann unten
Bathing suits, but I have this. Oh, this is sun or what is it called?
Der Regenschirm, der sprüht oben Wasser jetzt.
Ja, ja, das ist von frühe Zeit. Ach, fängt das an? Oh Mist. Ja. Frühe 2000er ist das. Rain or Shine. Ja, ja,
Ist das
kenne ich.
Barbie?
Das ist Barbie, ist echt Barbie, ja.
Muss ich erstmal abdecken.
Ja, sehe ich schon. Yeah, in the very beginning, kind of, not very, but in the beginning, yeah, mid first round flea market, I already saw that in this one, basket there were children's records and also cassette tapes. Nothing cassette tape wise that I'm collecting or that I'm really into, and I also was thinking that she would probably charge more for the records, because I overheard how much her Playmobil figures were, and I was like, nah, I don't know. But the next round I just asked, and it was like in the end €2. And no, I am not a fan of Benjamin Blümchen, which that's also, there's lots of Benjamin Blümchen cassette tapes. It's a really big thing in Germany. I think they still produce these audio like stories, but on Spotify or wherever you can download them nowadays. But yeah, started with this artwork.
in the 90s when I knew Benjamin Blümchen, he looked different. He didn't look as, you know, realistic anymore. But it's this elephant, he's talking, and it's mostly the older cassettes or stories were always like Benjamin and his Freund, yeah, in German, his friend Otto. It's a little guy, a little boy. They kind of, you know, Benjamin is from the zoo, but he can apparently talk and can go out in the city and all, and he tries out different jobs. For example, here we have him as a postman. Benjamin als Briefträger. So Briefträger. Benjamin as a postman. And then here it's like his birthday. So it's very rare to find these stories on records. And I just know that another YouTuber that I watch, her name is Ariane, and she's from the YouTube channel Retro Tech Team. They are German channel, they completely talk German and all, but they go to flea markets. And I've had communicated with her before in in 2020, long time ago, when she had her own channel. Now she has it together with another guy, but she had her own channel just about My Little Pony, what she won My Little Pony, and so we got to start talking. I also still have her phone number, so I was like, okay, if it's cheap enough, I just buy this because I know she collects them. She also collected, but I think she has almost all of them that she wants, the cassette tapes of Benjamin Blümchen, but she also specifically collects the records. This one is, I think, there was a date, 81 or something. Yeah, it's 1981. It's even a double, so there's 2 records in there. So one is here and here, and the other one on the other side. I don't know if that is always the case, or this is specifically a double one, but it's Benjamin and his birthday, and here Benjamin as a postman. And you can, pop this open. The child has a little bit colored in there, but not too much. So there's a little bit of, I don't know, it says a story a little bit. Yeah, there's the story, and then what the voice actors are, and then there's the records in there. I at first understood that she said €3. Already with €3 I was totally fine. I gave her a €5 bill, but she gave me €3 back, so I guess it was just €2. I just understood it wrong. And I have already communicated with Ariane, so I still said to have her phone number, so I just texted her over WhatsApp, and she was like, oh yes, cool, she doesn't have this one, and we made a little trade, so I will get some G4 ponies, which she stopped collecting, and she can have this. So she already has sent her package to me, but I still wanted to film this haul to show it to you, because it's a cool thing. I didn't even know that a lot of these cassette tapes in the very early 80s, these stories were also even still produced on records. And I mean, this is a cool collectible thing. Cassette tapes are too, but this is also cool. But yeah, as I said, not gonna keep it. It will go to Ariane. So yeah, and you saw that kind of the clip evolved into from this one here into the other clip. That I actually picked up more Barbie stuff, which I at first just saw the Tutti and Chris and Todd and Carla, and I know this guy. He had charged quite a lot. I don't know if I've ever filmed it, but I think when he first had them with him at the flea market, he wanted €50 per little doll. I mean, they're from the 60s and 70s, but still, that's not a price for me I would ever pay for a Tutti or Carla or something. But actually, a Carla I wanted to have. Now I have 2, because literally today, when I'm filming this here, my friend Cotton Candy Kittens gave me another one that she found at the flea market. And apparently she had told me this, but I could not for the heck of it remember that she had told me she had sent me a picture or something that she actually already had a Carla for me. But now I have 2. The cool thing is she has her original outfit. That's why, I mean, I didn't exactly know, but I was somewhat sure that the orange outfit is her original outfit, and it is. She is just missing the shoes. So she has shoes that are specifically for her size. But she should come with white shoes, so with white little ballet flats. And yeah, what is this? Why did I say Barbie? Because yeah, there's more Barbie stuff in here. There's also fashions, etc. that I also picked up. But I mean, he went down with the prices significantly from 50, I think, or something. I don't remember what it was in the beginning. He, I think, was now like about 20 euro, and then I, even with all of it together, I got a deal for less than that. So maybe it was, in the end, I paid maybe 15 for her or something, depending on how you charge, because these pieces were also like, I think 2 or 3 euro each, and all blah 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 per fashion pack. So I can't exactly tell, but I would say all together it was maybe like 15. If I could have remembered that my friend Cotton Candy Kittens wanted to give me one, I probably would have not picked her up, but I'm still happy because this one, as I said, has the correct outfit. What is this? So, in the 60s, Barbie actually expanded from just having, you know, this one, sister, which was Skipper, which was introduced in the early 60s, so like 64, to, okay, Barbie also has little, like a little sister and a brother, which are siblings, which were Tootie and Tot. And they were like this size, so they're like very much smaller, like, I don't know, let's see here, next to another doll, you see, smaller than you know, I mean, bigger than a Kelly Shelley, but smaller than Skipper, or smaller than the 90s Stacy or something like that. And they had these rubbery bodies with, you know, wire in them, and somewhat similar to the Little Kittles at that time, which were also produced by Mattel. And it was Tootie and Tot. And then later on, or actually pretty much at the same time, they invented another friend, which was Chris. She had a different face mold. And these were kind of discontinued already in the late 60s, I think, or like very early 70s in the US. But in Europe, they kind of were strong, I think, better sellers or something, because they produced them until the late 70s, actually. And she is more from the late 70s, because there's actually a European exclusive character, as far as I found out. Because in 1977, they invented this friend, an African-American friend, a black girl, to this friendship group of Carla, yeah, she's called Carla, of Tootie, Tot, and Chris. And yeah, she's called Carla. So 1977, the black friend of this little, you know, of these little guys, they all have the same body. I think she has I'm not 100% sure if this is the same face mold than the Chris. It could be, but to me it looks different. I haven't even really checked. No, I think it's their own face mold. Correct me if that's wrong. But yeah, this is her original dress and the original little panties that she came with. As I said, just not the shoes, but these shoes fit her. It's great to have some matching shoes because it's so hard to find shoes for these little girls. She had originally these pigtails because she's also rooted like this. So there's the parting, perfect. And she has so soft hair. Oh my God. Online, actually, on fashiondolls.de, where I always identify everything, it said that she has pretty coarse and like rough and hard hair. No. Mine definitely doesn't. She has such nice hair. Still, you know, the factory curl wave, and this is how she looked. I mean, little bangs. Yeah, she's super, super sweet. At this point, they had changed the body a little bit. There is no wire in the arms anymore. It is just in the legs, because the wire had caused all sorts of issues. It was coming out in parts, etc. They had also changed the firm, like to make the body more firm at one point. But I think this is the latest incarnation of the body where she does not have wire in the arms anymore. Also here, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's just broken, but it does not feel like that there's ever been like wire in there. Maybe. But whatever, I don't need to pose her. It always looks weird when you pose these anyways. Yeah, and as I said, today I got another Carla, and I will dress the other one, obviously something else, because she just comes with a homemade dress. Can she stand here? Yeah. But now let's have a look which fashions I picked out. Because here it was really like, not a take-all deal. It was really, I looked which fashion pieces I don't have and which I really wanted, and they're really cool fashion pieces. This is my favorite here. This is a dinner date fashion I mean, it's not complete because it would also come with, you know, necklace and shoes and all. But oh, this is so pretty. This is from 1989, so late 80s. Super, super pretty little bolero, and this, you know, dress in black and pink and polka dots. Then I picked out this. I immediately recognized what it is. It actually comes from the Paint and Dazzle Barbie, but not from the blonde Barbie. No, Paint and Dazzle had like 3 hair colors. There's a brunette one and also a redhead one, but they are all Barbie because it's not like Teresa or anything. They all had the superstar face. And this is from her. I think this is the cutest outfit of them all. Sure, the dress is missing because there would be like a peach little short mini dress, but I have something similar. And I don't have the doll, but this would be a really like a doll that I really would like to have. This is such a cool, oh, I love this colorway, this so much like an early 90s, you know, flower print, love it. It's from 1993, oversized denim jacket, and nobody has dazzled anything on it because, I mean, Paint and Dazzle, that's actually one of those dolls where the child should put on glitter and little, you know, pieces and decorate the outfits themselves. Nobody has done it on this. Maybe on the dress, that's why they didn't put it in. Maybe it was like, look, completely crap. And then this wonderful mint green lingerie set. Not fancy frills, just called lingerie, or in German Wäsche. And it's from 1994, so a little more in the mid of the 90s. But it comes with this little, you know, overcoat, super adorable, with the bodysuit. This colorful ruffle here, and with these 2 socks, so with stockings. Super delicate and such a lovely color. And yeah, I don't dress my Barbies very often in lingerie, but these little see-through like jackets, something like I put on her, I use all the time. So oh, I love this so much. And then I saw that he also had a full bag of shoes, so I also picked up this. So let's see what I've sorted them in. Yeah, there's a couple of shoes that are not Barbie. One of these pairs stands out immediately. Do you know what that is? Yep, they are baby pony shoes. They come from the pony wear like pack that came with mommy and baby, like an outfit. Oh no, one shoe has fallen down, but I never put like shoes on my ponies. But this is G1 My Little Pony original. And then there are 2 more, like, I take it out here because you can't see it. They are not original Barbie shoes, but they are still pretty cool shoe molds and in cool colors. So these, and then these I don't take out of the bag, but you can see that there's lots of 90s Barbie pumps. All are pairs: pink, blue, white, yellow, another pink, lavender, etc. So very good. One pair that's actually not really a pair. I think they thought it's a pair, but it's clearly 2 different colors. But I don't mind. I probably have another blue one or something. Then these are more like early 2000s shoes, but I really like them. I've never seen these. I don't, what? Come on, can you focus? I don't quite know where these come from. But then another pair of platform mules, some other little loafers, or like, it's not loafers, they have a heel. Some other little heels. And then these, which, I mean, I think they are still 90s. They're an original Barbie mold, just used very, very sparely, so not very often. And then some flat shoes. One of them is definitely Gymnast Barbie, and then some other sneakers. So it all pairs, apart from this, which they just maybe put wrongly together because, I mean, it looks very similar color-wise. So very good shoe lot as well. So sure, a little more pricey, but here I could just choose and pick which outfits I wanted to have, and for this I'm happy to pay these prices, especially also as her. I mean, as I said, in the end it was maybe 15 that I paid for her. I think consider is a fine price for a 70s doll, but I'm not gonna pay 10 euro for a modern skipper. So this is the difference here. Yeah. Ooh. Was this everything? Nope. One more thing, or rather 2.
can only find 2 of the mycines. Not a third one anymore. It seems one of them might have been sold, which is cool because then also someone else can have fun with her. No, I think the last one sold. There was one that had the streaks in the hair. Unless they're underneath here. No. I guess it was meant to be that there were only 2 mycene left because I only had €5 left. And like he, as I said, he charged like €3 per doll, and he was like €5 fine for the 2 of them. So I took the 2 of them. Now I'm the proud owner of 2 mycene dolls. To be quite honest, I do have another mycene already, the one with the weird face, so where you can make her. And I have the styling head. And as I said, I don't even know if I'd keep them, but I'm really like, I want to fix them up. I don't know. Okay, the rain is already gone. That's good. And yeah, I bought one of the Carla dolls. I guess it is Carla because it's the black one, and the black one I think of the 2D and Friends was called Carla. And a couple of the fashions. Some really good ones, I think so. Oh yeah, and the shoe pack. So technically tomorrow is also another flea market, but I don't even think I need to go. I will go, but I found so much good stuff today.
Because yeah, before I bought the Benjamin Blümchen record and I bought the Carla and the fashion pieces, I already hinted at it that I wanted to go back to the mycene in this, you know, tote or in this bag. No, it was a big box. In these boxes where I bought the 4 dolls, the first 4 dolls that I bought. And you saw it. There were 2 of the mycenes still there. And I got them for €5. And so I have now 2 mycene dolls. I actually own another mycene, but I technically don't want to pick up mycene because I cannot pick up everything. But the truth is, I really like this doll line. If you don't know what it is, I mean, it's kind of the Bratz competitor from Mattel, because, you know, Barbie got a little, you know, old-fashioned, and I don't know, when Bratz came around, I mean, Barbie stayed relevant, of course, but Bratz was the hot shit in the early in the early 2000s. So Mattel needed to compete, and they put out mycene, and I highly prefer mycene to Bratz. I don't know, I just like the faces way more, and they have Barbie bodies. So they have the early 2000s belly button body of Barbie, so they can also share clothes with Barbie. But I really like those faces, and now I gave in and I have now 2. I still don't know if I keep them or if I, you know, trade them, sell them, but I actually really like them, so maybe for now I keep them. I have none of their outfit pieces, but I have put together 2 cool fashions for those, and yes, I could identify them. So this is Barbie, yes, especially in the beginning of mycene, the main character was still called Barbie. It changed then later on to Kennedy, but it is also Barbie. And this is actually from the Masquerade Madness line. This is the Butterfly Punk Barbie from 2004. She has, rooted eyelashes. I think she is so incredibly pretty. So her head is bigger, but other than that, she's on the normal early 2000s Barbie body. And these fashion pieces are mycene. They're just not from her. But they're also from the Masquerade Madness line, but from Madison. So from the City Kitty Madison Masquerade Madness that I had in a lot. And I didn't pick up this doll at that point because I didn't even know the fashions were in the lot. And I wouldn't have picked her up, but she's also a very cool doll. She came with almost 2 outfits. I also have the green pants and the other top. I just thought this outfit is cooler. It's a little, you know, with a kitty tail and the leopard coat and, you know, top and little These shoes don't go to this, but I think they look really good. I don't have a lot of Mycene shoes, and I think it looks weird when you put normal Barbie heels on them. It looks too small in my opinion, proportionately to the head. And then I found this head in my boxes that I never could identify, and it doesn't go to this outfit, but it is the exact same material, isn't it? So I guess it's a Mycene head. If you know where this head comes from, tell me. But yeah, she had of course a little more curly hair, but I mean, Boyle washed it. This is what still factory curls in there, and I don't need to change that. I think she technically did not have bangs. Someone cut that in, but it doesn't look bad to me. So I will just leave it like this. I think it's really cute when she has little bangs. So no problem with that at all. And yeah, I even have her a little mobile phone that also goes to this line. But as I said, actually not from Barbie, but from Madison. And then the other character here, the dark-haired one, dark brown, almost black hair. This is a Noli. So I think my scene mainly had like 3 main characters, Madison, Noli, and Barbie. And then a 4th one, which I cannot really remember, which was not always in the line. But yeah, Noli is definitely one of the core characters. She has wonderful blue eye makeup. She has bangs, but that's original. That's her bangs, correct. There's just a little bit wave left, and I didn't want to bother making it any different. And I put her in this outfit, although she actually is from the Chillin' Out line. So she is, you know, the winter line where she had a snowboard and a winter jacket and all of that. And a hood, and very cute outfit, but this is also the reason why she has articulated arms, because she is more like a sporty wave, you know, with snowboarding. But I put this long early 2000s Barbie dress on, which I don't know where it comes from, but this is like, you know, I think this is very early 2000s, because she is from 2003, or the other one's 2004. Just a little bolero jacket over it. Put a little hair clip in her hair to give her this, you know, a little bit interesting hairstyle, because otherwise I didn't really know what to do with it, but I like it that it's this, you know, little puffy here. And I put also another pair of my shoes, my scene shoes on her. The dress that one of them was actually wearing, the Noli was naked, but the Barbie actually had a dress on her, and you know what, I was able to identify what that is. It almost looked like it's a collector's Barbie dress, but this made me think it's not. And it is not, but it is still from a collector doll. Yep, this is actually from those Fashion Corner dolls, because what's easy to identify is when you see this little rabbit here. It's this Lucky Industrial Co. Lucky Ind Co. They made the Fashion Corner dolls, and they apparently in the early 2000s, or even maybe in the 90s, I couldn't exactly date this, but made, you know, birthstone or birth month dresses, not dresses, really collectible dolls that look like, you know, a Barbie collector doll, but it wasn't a Barbie in there, it was a clone doll. Not a super pretty face, but like the fashion pieces are pretty nice. This is really, it is like lined with nice material, with glitter. This is technically like a neck holder thing, but it would have been clipped together here in the front, so something like this, with a little gem in the front. And I think, I've forgotten, I think it's the March one. January, March. I didn't write it down. I don't know why I didn't write it down. Maybe I put it here. It's one of the months of the year. And yeah, kind of a collector line, weirdly enough, from a different company that's not really a big player in the you know, doll world, but they made collector dolls, and this is one of those dresses. I'm pretty sure, as it was also in with all of these early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s dolls, it is also, I think it was something from the early 2000s, but you find so many different dates, because I mean, I don't know if they every month brought out one of those dolls, or if it was once per year they brought out. I have no idea if they even did every month, but it's actually a pretty impressive dress for you know, not being Mattel of that time. It definitely reminds me of collector dolls dresses from Mattel of that time. Of course, it's not complete. The doll had more accessories and more, I think even a little bolero over it or something. but I'm gonna keep this. I mean, it has a Velcro, it's the normal Velcro of the time. Actually not, because Mattel had started using those, you know, thinner, different Velcros, which don't really hold up over time. This is one of those other ones. It's not really my style or my colorway, but like for Christmas, this would look very cute on a doll, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let me put the dolls up here. They are at least somewhat in the picture. And yeah, there's also no space left for anything, but yeah, that's actually also it from this day. As I said, it was a pretty big, like a lot of stuff that I picked up from different places, so not just from this one guy, though the big fashion lot, you don't even see it anymore, it's behind here. And you know, the Jurassic Park things and the Dino-Riders, all of those dinosaur things, and then, you know, my scene and a lot of other fashions and Disney buttons, and almost a little bit overwhelming again. But I mean, that's why I was like, do I even need to go to the flea market the next day? I did, and it was okay, but it definitely not such a big haul. So next video will be shorter. But if you enjoyed this one, so then don't forget, you can give it a thumbs up, comment down below, or if you're not subscribed, maybe you want to subscribe to my channel. It's free, it doesn't cost any money. It's not a membership or anything. It's just you push the subscribe button, and then in your YouTube feed you will see always when my new video goes up. And when you push the notification button, then you will also get an extra notification, although you're not always on YouTube. And always look through your YouTube subscription feed, which I do. I'm always on YouTube, but for people who are not regularly on YouTube, it's easier when you also push the subscription. Always push the notification button. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. See you real soon, and may the toys be with you. Bye!